Should you wait or should you buy your property in Dubai? This is going to be the main discussion and focus of today's video. So get your pens and paper ready and let's get started. What we have seen in 2025 and coming up to 2026 is that the year of expansion has just occurred. So 2025 is the peak year. And not only that, we hit all-time records, 917 billion dirhams worth of real estate value that was created last year. If you've watched my video for 2026 predictions, I've clearly went on and said that Dubai real estate market will cross 1 trillion dirhams in 2026. But what is not clear to most of you and you're skeptical about is, should I buy the property now or should I wait? Will there be a market correction or will there be a crash happening? First things first, the idea and the notion that there's going to be a crash happening very soon is something of the past now. The reason is very simple. We have extremely solid policies and regulation in place. There's also a very strong demand in this market, but also the supply is there, but the supply is coming at it's staggered. So when people say there's so much supply, you start to think of a continuous river. There's a supply of units happening. It's not like that. It's a staggered release of units which are happening across the emirate. So that means it's not like there's an oversupply issue. It doesn't look like that. What it is that there's an oversupply issue in the social media, but the demand is there. So that's one thing. Does that mean that prices are going to increase because of this, or is prices going to stay modestly same, or will they go down? I've said many times before that there are certain segments of the market where you might see slight correction. Okay, some of these prices are reaching 3 beds as an example and 2 beds as an example. They're reaching prices which are questionable, let's put it that way. But there are also some property that you can buy right now, which is extremely good purchases to make. So if you are buying townhouses, if you're buying anything of that sorts, you're making an extremely good purchase. You're making a very solid investment for the future. There's also another thing, which is rental. Rental prices in Dubai right now have been quite similar now for the last 10 years, I would say. If you look at 2 beds, 2 beds have always been rented out about 120k. Most residents in Dubai will actually take out a 2 beds for 120k happily. As soon as 2 beds start to rent at 170 to 200,000 dirhams above, that's when it starts to get a little bit questionable as to why people are doing that. Because at that similar range, people can just go and start buying their own properties. They can start renting 3 beds and 4 beds in other locations. There's no need for them to rent a 2 beds for 150 or 170k. I actually have some examples, but I don't want to mention it on the video. But if you go on Property Finder, Dubizzle, or any of the property sites, you can see this very clearly. What factor does location have? Now, there are a couple of areas in Dubai which are in huge demand. And the reason why they're in huge demand is because of their proximity to downtown. And downtown is the business hub, a lot of offices are there, people want to be close by. The last thing that you want to do is buy something which is 40 to 50 minutes out. Unfortunately, some of you have fallen into that trap and brokers have not advised you in the most honest manner. So strategy is important here, not just tactical buying at that, whenever you want to buy. What should you do? If you are looking to buy a property for your family, you want to make it just get off the rental market and use it for end use, this is the perfect time to buy. There's nothing wrong with that. Will there be a correction? Not really. Will the prices drop? Not really. I'm not seeing that. However, if you wait, what would happen? You might get better chances in the off plan. But even saying that, can you really afford the bullet payments if you go for off plan? So all of this, you have to weigh this into fact. And if you are an overseas investor and you have you could say, surplus of cash that you can easily put where you want to put, off-plan is best for yourself. Off-plan is definitely best compared to someone who is living here as a resident who has to buy a ready unit. They have no option. You can consider waiting if you are skeptical and you're looking for a correction to happen or to market to, come down a little bit. Fine, you can wait. You can buy now if you're looking to just get something and get yourself onto the property ladder. And there's nothing wrong in that. That's a very good thing to do at this moment in time, is actually getting that. The amount of people that are coming into Dubai right now is huge. If all those people need accommodation, I think there is plenty of accommodation available. But not everyone wants to have a rented unit. They want to have their own, because they understand that if they're giving up for rent, that 30,000 dirham check on a quarterly basis is just, is paying off someone else's, cash flow. It's someone else's cash flow. At the end of the day, it's losing money for the renter. That's a fact. That's a fact of life. What we really need to do is that if you are in a residential property right now and you're renting, you will have to buy into a ready-made property and you'll have to probably go for a mortgage. One fact. Second fact is that if you're an overseas investor and you're looking to buy or wait, that's up to you. That's fully up to you. But take advantage of some of the excellent off-plan opportunities that are coming available now. And there you can see some of my videos that I've published recently, and I discuss that very openly. And sometimes it might be another emirate. Supply is healthy, it's good in Dubai, but there are also other emirates where there's a complete lack of supply there. Why not look over there and find out what's available to you for you to invest in those locations? Overall, investing in the Emirates right now is a very good idea. Capital gains, nothing exists like that here. You're getting a good 5 to 10% ROI on rental units anyway right now. Sometimes it can go a little bit higher. If you're buying it in the correct emirate where there's a huge amount of demand, you can get a little bit higher, 15 to 20% as well. So all these options are fully available. All that depends is what are you looking to do. So should you buy or should you wait? It depends on your circumstances. In my honest analysis, you should buy. You should be absolutely buying. For international investors, you should be buying off plan. That's how it should always be. For the people which are living in Dubai and you want to get off the rental market, you'd have to go into a mortgage and you'd have to buy it through there unless you have a good chunk of change within your bank. Okay, so guys, that's my analysis of this video of should you buy or should you wait. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as it's very important for this video to understand what your guys' thoughts are on this. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you're notified of my videos I'm published on a daily, weekly basis. And don't forget to contact me if you're looking to invest in Dubai and you're looking for some good units to buy into or some other emirates that you're looking to buy into. And we also have a thriving WhatsApp community that you can join. The links are in the description below to contact me and to join that WhatsApp community. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.